So, Tyler, thanks for hopping on this chat with me. Appreciate that. And I'm sure others are going to appreciate it as well. Why don't we start off with you saying, obviously, your name, where you're from, and then just giving a little background about yourself.
Yeah, my name's Tyler. I grew up West Palm Beach, Florida. Lived in Florida my entire life, and live in the Tampa Bay area now. Basically, story's not too crazy, but just kind of like one of them kids, had to grow up quick. Moved out when I was like 16 years old, and then I had my daughter when I was 18. And I don't really have any close family or anything, so I had to do something for money quick. So I got into the car business, started selling cars right when I was still 18 years old. I'm 25 now, and I've been in the car business ever since. But sales like really opened my eyes to like entrepreneurship and everything, and just basically opened so many doors for me in my life. So that's pretty much the story right there. It's not too long, pretty straightforward.
No, but that's a pretty impressive story. I did not know about the 16-year-old and 18-year-old thing.
Yeah. So
Wow.
I had a lot going on all at once, and of course a bunch of hardships along the way. And
Right.
but I'm like finally at a good point in my life where I'm consistently moving forward. Where this year has just been phenomenal for me. It's everything that I've been writing down and all the goals that I've wanted are starting to just unravel. So I'm really excited.
Awesome. That's awesome. So you started with sales in the car dealership, or did you start somewhere else?
No, well, when I was 16, I was cooking in restaurants, flipping burgers and working at, chain restaurants. And I quickly realized that's not the way to make money.
Right.
So I got into sales right when I was 18. And that's when things just really changed for me. I went from making, I think $1,200 a month to my first month in sales, I made like $5,800. I thought I was rich. And I was like, shit, this is what I want to do. My next month I made like $9,000, and I was like, all right, I'm sold. So I started making some good money right off the jump, and I just kind of just ran with it.
Yeah. Now you're in the car business, so I know that you work a lot, because I came from the car business as well. So I think I know the answer to this question, but I want you to tell me, what got you actually interested in passive income?
Passive income was, I got a list of like mentors I follow, of course, you being one of them, but Grant Cardone, of course, I've learned a lot of my sales training from him. I've done courses, his courses on selling, and but he's a big real estate guy. Mm-hmm. So he did a webinar one day. I was like back in 2016. And I don't know what about this webinar like changed my life, but just how he explained passive income and how it worked. That was when I actually took my sales career to the next level. I added like $40,000 to my year to date that year just from mindset change. So I was like, that was my goal, to get into real estate. And but long story short, I got into some trouble, got like a DUI and all sorts of other stuff, and it set me back for a good couple years, and I had to rebuild up some credit. And I don't know, the real estate thing just kind of, it's still on the list, but it's on the back burner now. The ATMs things just, it made so much sense. Seeing 1 year.
What got you interested in ATMs?
It's funny. I was just scrolling around on YouTube, and one of those paid ads, it wasn't even one of your videos, but it was one of your, one of those guys, that Eric kid and the Josh kid I was watching one of those. Didn't like those guys, like right from the jump. I don't know if I'm allowed to curse, but I could say something. But kids are douchebags. But anyways, the fact was, I was like, man, I never really thought about investing in ATMs, and it's just like, it's so simple, it's such a simple idea, and it's not hands-on. It's something, somebody like me that works 65 hours a week can really do in his spare time. So that's kind of like what got me sold on that. It just made sense, like right from the jump, like the light bulb just went off.
Yeah, I love that you just said that you can work 65 hours per week, because that's what the car business is all about. and then do the ATM business in your spare time. That's what people don't understand. Like, that's the beauty of it. You can fit it into your life any way you need to. So what made you decide to get help with the ATM business and getting some passive income from ATMs?
Well, that there is just my personality type. I've always been the type to invest into information. I think information is key if you want to be successful. I've invested a lot over the course of my career. It's paid off tenfold too. I mean, it's got me, I feel like I'm doing pretty good for my age. I'm like 25. I probably make like 180K a year just at my job, and so I'm progressing quickly. And one of the things that helped me do that every single time, trial and true, was anytime I invested in myself. Anytime I bought a course, I would notice when I was on the sales floor, I would excel immediately. Like, just as right when I bought into it, it just worked. It pays itself back. So I'm a firm believer in investing in somebody that actually knows what they're doing. I followed you for about 6 months before I ever reached out to you. I watched all your videos and stuff like that, so I knew you were the real deal, and that's kind of what brought me to you.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I am the real deal. I kind of think that I'm not douchey like those other guys.
No, I watched all the videos on YouTube, and some of those guys, they're fucking idiots. I mean, it's ridiculous. I can't even, like, especially now that I know about the business, a good amount, just like
Right.
listening to some of it now, I'm like, how are people even buying this shit?
I know. I don't understand. I try to warn people, but hey, I can only do so much.
Yeah.
All right. So, have you tried anything else other than ATMs?
I invested into medical marijuana grow before, and it kind of burned me. And but other than that, it kind of like broke even at the end of it. It was just kind of, I felt like it was a waste of time at the end. A lot of work and a lot of zero return. So that wasn't
That's so good.
Yeah, it's how you learn, right?
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I think sometimes when we lose money, we learn way more.
Yeah, exactly.
So your concern of becoming a student of mine or any other, let's say, ATM mentor?
The concerns are always, you don't want to just flush your money down the toilet and, just get information that you could have found out anyways. I mean, it's all really out there, but it's a matter of how fast do you like really want to pick it up. And, obviously I don't have anybody like close. I mean, the best thing is hands-on if you know somebody in the business, but when you don't know somebody in the business, investing in a course, it's smart because you're investing in yourself. I mean, that money always pays back tenfold. Like I said, it's gotten me started a lot faster and more confident than I would have been if I would have been jumping out there, not knowing anything. So.
Yeah, and I can't wait to talk. I'm going to ask you in a few minutes about your starting because I can't wait for you to tell people about that because that's pretty awesome. So what finally made you say, you know what, let me take the leap. Let me get started with Carey's ATM Business Blueprint training?
I just had some money saved up and I was ready to go.
Good for you.
Yeah, I sold myself before I'd, I was like, I've had this idea of, getting into this business. Like I said, I did like 6 months of research before I ever pulled the trigger, but I was ready. So.
And what made you go with me instead of, somebody else you saw online?
You definitely have great communication skill. I like somebody that, I don't want to just invest in a course of ATMs. I want to invest in a course with somebody that, I can really learn from. Like you seem to be a pretty successful entrepreneur. So, other than, you definitely built a good ATM business, but other things I want to model, like the way you do your courses and things like that. I mean, that stuff, I pick up information from that too. So, that's pretty much it. I mean, just from the other people, there's not much information on this space. I was surprised. I mean, we're 2019 when I was looking into it, I was like, I can't believe there's not really people digging into this. And then there's you. I mean, you've covered all bases. And then there's the other guys on YouTube that I knew for a fact I didn't want to work with them. So I was like, you know,
I hear that a lot, you know, but here's the ironic thing. Well, I don't know if ironic's the word, but I hear that a lot from older folks that say, oh, I knew I didn't want to work with them. But you're probably in their age bracket of people that, you know, usually gravitate towards them. So I find that really interesting.
I'm really an old soul, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? You had to grow up real fast. Like when you said 16,
exactly.
You know? Yeah.
Yep. I'm
Cool,
a little bit
awesome.
ahead of other people my age when it comes to mentality wise. So
Totally. Agree. So you got started with me, I think in February, right?
Yeah.
February 2019. And how long did it take you to place that first ATM?
To place the first ATM, I had a slow start. It took me probably like 45 days or something before I got the contract signed.
Okay.
When I got out there, it was just, you know, just like, you know, any sort of like sales or cold calling, you're going to get a lot of no's. It's just it's a law of averages. So for me, I just got a lot of no's all at once. I didn't get anything in between. Now, the cool thing was, you know, after that, you know, my first deal was a 4-location deal. So I was kind of lucked out there. And
yeah, before we got on the call, I was looking at your post and I saw the post where you had the 5 ATMs, I think, in your garage that was delivered to you.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So the first deal that you inked was 4 locations.
Yeah. It was done on a cold call. I was actually at work. It was slow, and I was just on Google and I was or on Yelp actually, and I was just cold calling businesses, and I got a hold of this laundromat owner, and he was actually like, you know what, I was about to work with one of you guys, you know, about 6 months ago, and I never pulled the trigger. And I was like, well, you know, you want to elaborate? I mean, how could I help you? And he's like, well, I don't got time right now. He's like, I was like, well, let me get your cell phone number. So I texted with him for a couple weeks, and then we finally just set up an appointment and we inked the deal. So
that is awesome. And then we were talking a little bit before we got on here. What did you tell me your goal is for this year when it comes to your county?
Well, this year is the building of the foundation. So okay. I got some good things as far as finding funding for the business. Mm-hmm. But next year I'm going to take over the county. I think I'm going to be the biggest guy in the space because I don't know. I just got the things I got in my mind. I'm just ready to take over. There's so much opportunity out here for the taking. You know, I live in Ellis County, Florida, and it's booming out here. Very competitive. So you know, I need to get more competitive.
I love it. And you know what? I actually believe you that you're going to take over your county.
This is the reason why too. I mean, I love sales. I love the car business and everything, but you know, I got 5 more years of this and I can't do it no more. I don't want to be tied to the 70-hour weeks anymore. I want to be able to, like, if I just want to say fuck it, I'll say fuck it. You know?
Exactly. Right. And I mean, 65 hours, 70 hours a week, that's a lot. And whenever I talk to somebody that works that much, I'm like, okay, we need to have you build this business so you can stop working so freaking much.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons. And, you know, it's just, you know, having your own business it does give you a little more freedom. Mm-hmm. Plus there's a lot of other benefits that come with it, tax purposes and stuff. You know, I get killed on taxes right now, and you know.
Yeah.
So
what would you say is the biggest reason that you started your ATM business to generate passive income for you?
That's it, the freedom. It's my way out of the car business. It's the way to scale this up and to just you know, be my own person and fulfill other avenues where I'm a little more passionate about, other than, you know, selling extended warranties on cars, which I fully believe in. But you know, it's you know, it's a grind. It's a grind I've been doing for 7 years now, and it's I've had my fair share.
Yeah. Now, when you say freedom, do you mean time freedom?
I do mean time freedom, and I also mean, because this is something you can really do, in your spare time, at least from what I have so far, and just on how you do the math with your locations too, you can free up more of your time with the more money you put in each machine, and so it's all scalable. You just got to play it the right way. But yeah, that's my reason is, I see this as my way out, and having something that's going to sit there and provide cash flow for the family. If I ever did want to switch to another venture, I don't have to be scared knowing that my bills aren't paid. So.
Right. And so you're a married guy and you have a 4-month-old, 7-year-old, right?
Right.
And working 65 hours a week. So yeah, I can totally understand you wanting some time freedom. I love the fact that once you have this passive income coming in to take care of the family in case you want to pursue other things.
Exactly. Yeah. More things that, just whatever I'm passionate about at that point, I can fully jump into it and not be scared that how am I going to pay my bills? Because now I'll know my bills are paid. And I'm honestly at a point in my life where I think I can do anything that I want to do. It's just, as long as I can get the family taken care of, then I can start doing those other ventures.
Love it. I love it. So you have 5 machines placed officially now, or is it 4?
Yeah, I got 5 placed.
Okay. So how's it feel having 5 machines placed and having that passive income come in? How has that kind of impacted you?
It's fun. I mean, I honestly enjoy, getting up in the morning, tracking my sales, and it's a good feeling when you're making money and you're not, flapping your yap or actually, breaking your back to do it. So it's definitely a different feeling, and I spend about, 2 hours a week in drive time, managing these. So it's, filling them up takes less than a minute. It's cake. I can't complain.
Love it. Yeah, so it's cool going to sleep and then waking up. So for folks that don't know the business, you literally make money while you sleep, as long as your machines are in an establishment that is open while we're sleeping.
Oh yeah, I got some a couple of those laundries are 24/7, and I really do make money while I sleep.
That's awesome.
It's nice being able to say that finally.
Yeah, there you go. I love it. So what do you think, Tyler, is the number one reason you think you've done so well with the actual program?
Probably from years of business experience, and then obviously having a good mentor that, gave me all the equipment I need. So pretty simple.
Awesome. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. What's been your favorite thing so far about the actual ATM business itself?
I mean, the networking so far has been awesome. I mean, the people in the group are phenomenal. Just seeing other people's success, and but the fact of networking even with the business owners. I mean, the business owners I work with are awesome. They're cool guys, and I've had nothing but good experiences so far, and it's cool because the money's growing. So.
Yeah, no doubt. And you know what you'll find? I mean, you might have found this already with your business owners. They're going to turn into friends. Like, they're legit going to become friends of yours, Yeah. Yeah. So what would you say to someone who is maybe on the fence and is considering working with my training program?
I would, if it's within your means, do it, because it's going to pay off. There's no reason to go broke over it, but if, like I said, if it's within your means, absolutely, you can't go wrong investing in yourself. I'm a firm believer in that.
Yeah, me too. And when I was younger, I tried to do the cheap side of stuff, but then when I realized when you
cheaper
pay,
ain't always better.
Pay attention. When you pay attention, and then we just, I had to learn that the hard way. I mean, I think you're super fortunate that you learned it at a younger age than a lot of folks. So that's awesome. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Knowing what you know now about everything, would you do it all over again?
What do you mean as
Starting
far
your
as?
ATM, and then getting my training program, starting your business.
Oh yeah, yeah, without a doubt. It's a smart way to do it.
And this, I want you to tell me if you think this is accurate. So I tell folks, look, if you get involved in my training, I'm going to help it save you time, money, and headaches. You
Yeah,
feel that's
100%
accurate?
accurate. 100%.
Yeah. And, I try to convey it, to folks, I'm going to save you time, money, and headaches, but, it doesn't always come through, I guess, from me. So that's why I want to ask you. I'm like, let me just ask Tyler. Do you feel that's accurate? So thank you for sharing that. So is there anything else that you want to share with us or anybody that's listening before we part ways? Because I know you got to get some sleep.
No, I mean, it's it's the ATM business. It's something, for me at least, the light bulb went off in my head, and I knew this was something I wanted to do. So I mean, if it's like that for you, follow your instinct. That's the only advice I could really give. It's a great business. It doesn't take much work, and like I said, once you start meeting these connections, it spreads. It starts working for you, literally. So
Yeah, and it's more. I think it's more inexpensive and easier to get involved in than real estate. By the way, before I let you speak to that, I'm a huge fan of real estate as well, because I know you are with Grant Cardone. I'm a huge fan of real estate. I'll always be involved in real estate. But if, there's a lot of folks that are like, oh my God, real estate costs too much money, or oh my God, it's scary. But when you look at ATMs, less capital involved, it's not that scary, right? And it's kind of like, I try to tell folks, think of an ATM machine as a mini rental property without any tenants or toilets.
it really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is, and that's why I was so passionate. It was almost directly like that. It was the investment that I was dreaming about in my head, without having to spend the type of real estate money. So that's you kind of put it perfect right there.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you. And that's what I try to tell people, because I've been involved in real estate since 1999. So, for folks that are afraid of getting involved in real estate, I say start with ATMs, because ATMs and the real estate business is perfect.
Yep.
Sometime I think here, and I know you work a lot. You got family, and probably get to sleep so you can get up tomorrow.
Yeah, appreciate you for having me on the call.
All right, thanks, Tyler. You have a great night.
You too.